an interesting thing happened this week with Samsung unveiling their new S24 line of smartphones, and this garnered quite a bit of mixed reactions from people. Some people kind of utterly seemed to not care, but a lot of people that know, especially regarding the AI side of things. We're not going to talk about the hardware and all the features. We're not a review channel, so if anybody wants to see that, they can kind of watch any of the more established channels that can go into the ins and outs of the phone. What we're most interested in here and is to discuss the impact that the built-in AI will have on the phone. I won't play the audio, but this is kind of a basic rendition of what it's going to have. The AI is built into the photography side, and you can edit anything, edit yourself into photos, edit people out of the photos, fill in the background. Most things that Midjourney or Stable Diffusion can do right now. And this is another quick example from another YouTube channel from Marquise Brown. Again, no sound. I just want you to look at the effectively what it's actually doing. So it's the ability to edit yourself and change photos. Now, a lot of people are panicking regarding oh my god, the internet is going to get flooded with fake content. Other people are like, there's not that much change in hardware, so it's not that interesting. They don't even look at the AI feature. I think it's going to be interesting. But I don't necessarily think that it's going to be that crazy for a particular reason. On top of this, there's another interesting feature, which is live translation. Like you can have a phone conversation with a person who speaks a different language, and you can have both text live translation and also audio translation, which is also interesting. But I guess the use of that one is a little bit more clear. The AI editing of your photographs is a little bit more spicy.
Why?
So I just wanted to get your opinion.
I mean, so this is the first time I'm actually seeing this, FYI audience. So why is it more spicy? Like, I've got apps on my phone that do the same thing, and I've got an iPhone. And to be honest, like the whole remove people from the picture, it's like it's been done for a few years now, and you can do it. Remove background, change color of shoes, anything that I saw in the videos, they were pretty much already existing. But from what I gather, what Samsung have done is basically have all of that built into the phone, into the editing, picture editing or video editing part of the phone.
Yeah. So I think it's the accessibility of it. So it's the fact that, you could have done it before, but you needed a little bit of speciality. You needed to install certain apps, software, look for it. Right now it's just right there. Every kid with a smartphone will be able to.
Yeah, but
the scandal, or I guess the anxiety regarding this is like, oh my god, how can you trust anything that you see on the internet after stuff like this comes
wasn't this valid before? Right, you've got GPT and they've got DALL-E right now in GPT, and you can just ask for whatever you want. So it's quite easy to access anything. You had Midjourney for a while, you've got Leonardo AI, and you have so many different things. Plus, whoever was, let's say, interested enough to use these tools and to use them actually so that it would be, let's say, maybe even try to make profit off of it, maybe try to, I don't know, release some scandalous pictures. Whoever knows how to use the tech knows also how to, let's say, manipulate those pictures to be good enough. And whoever's just there to have fun or to use that piece of functionality, like piece of AI functionality, to, let's say, remove people from the background, they don't really care to do anything extra, I would say. So I'm not sure how this
it'll affect probably some type of people. I guess the type of social media influencer that relies on maybe their own, taking pictures of their themselves, or sports kind of achievements where a lot of the photos can be faked. I kind of agree with you that it's not that big of a deal, but there is anxiety regarding this. I personally think that it'll quite quickly become boring as well. It has that effect when your dad starts doing it. It's not as cool as when just you and your friends did it. So it's gonna have that type of effect. It's like, yeah, I get it. Your 5-year-old kid is just climbed Mount Himalaya.
But you do make a good point, and I think this is maybe the positives of it. So we discussed some possible negatives, but the positive is that perhaps like even your dad or your granddad or your grandma can take nice photos, maybe edit them, maybe remove people from the background, maybe like just use the phone more, let's say, high tech than just take a picture and
Yeah.
then send it as it is. So maybe this is actually good because it gets a lot of people more interested in the AI aspect of photos or videos, and it may ends up being a good thing. Who knows?
That's true. The one quick thing which we may not discuss here, but kind of to do a counterpoint to what we have, is not directly related to AI imagery, although maybe vaguely. It's a point that CoffeeZilla on YouTube made, and it's a very, very valid point. If people don't know who CoffeeZilla is, I actually really recommend you check out his channel. He's a YouTube investigator into scams. It basically said with AI, the amount of scams is going to go through the roof. The weak link in a scam network right now is people. But with AI, you can get rid of the people and just use the hardware,
Pretty
and
much.
the AI itself.
I agree with that point.
So
like I agree.
yeah, so with that is just be careful, don't fall for this. But I do also think that younger people, actually, I don't even know if I want to make this point. The younger people are going to be the first ones to kind of catch on to and be learn to spot the fake, because from what I heard, the newer generations are not sure how a lot of the things work. I guess with our generations, when we were kids, you had to hack any gadget in order to kind of get it to do whatever you want. But right now, everything is so convenient, similar to Samsung AI on the photo editing side, that it might lose that kind of sciencey or engineering.
Maybe it's not a generational thingy, but it's worth seeing how it evolves. Like I agree with the scams, but in terms of like if people will catch on to it, most likely eventually there will be, let's say, maybe antiviruses or maybe different softwares that are capable of catching these things, blocking these things. So you will have, let's say, the dark side and the light side kind of fighting and there's always going to be balance at some point. The same with like viruses. When PCs kind of started coming around, and we were actually, I mean, I caught a virus at some point when I was younger, and I'm guessing you did as well, installing some dodgy software at some point, and that's how you learn. And that's also how like antiviruses kind of learn, and then they get better, and then viruses get stronger, and I guess that's the cycle of life.